today we will be getting into the hands-on. So today we will be exploring the management console and right, if you haven't set up your free tier account yet, you can set it up. Okay, so uh, have you already created the new account?
Um, I haven't created it, but I can create it. I know how to create a free account. I will create that.
Yes,
Or
yes.
do you want me to do that right now on the call? But I can do that
Yes, yes.
later.
Yeah, we will see the step by step. You can do it.
Okay, sure.
Yep, yep. Okay. So let's start. So, exploring the AWS ecosystem, right? Yesterday we have seen, right, the global presence of AWS. It is having, right, massive infrastructure spread across the globe, right? Having over 200 fully featured services, right? And they are, right, meant for scalability, right? Your resource can grow, right, with your need, so based on your demand, right, your resources, you can expand, you can scale, right? And everything you are getting, right, with the pricing model, that is pay as you go, right? So you pay only for what you use, right? That is what we discussed right yesterday. So the free tier structure, right, again, you have, right, always free, right, services that will be always free, right? So you don't have to pay for that. So for example, you have here say 1 million lambda request. So lambda is the service, right? And there is, right, 1 million always free request, right, for every month. Okay, so this is always free, right? Then you have 6 months free tier, right? Availability. So here they are providing you credit, right, of around $200, and that $200 can be used, right, across multiple, right, services, right? So like EC2, S3, RDS, right? So you can spend those, right, $200, right? But again, all the services are not, right, covered in here, right, in say 6 months free tier, right, eligibility. So then we have short-term trials. So these are again for services, right, that is not part of always free and right, 6 months free, right, period. So this is say more advanced, right, services that for which you will be getting, right, free trial. So free trial in the sense, it will, once you activate that, it will be valid for around 30 days or 60 days, like that, right? So short term. So like SageMaker, Guard Duty, right? So these are some of the services, right, that will be, right, available for trial. So setting up, right, your account. So here I hope you already have the link, or you can just visit this aws.amazon.com/free. So where you can sign up for your free account. So you need to enter your email address, you need to enter your account name. So now you can do it right away as we speak. You need to verify your email address.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
You want me to do it right now, or we can do it
Ye-
after this class?
yeah, you can actually do it right now, because in hands-on you will be exploring, right? You will be navigating your management console, right?
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
Yep,
Let me
yep,
quickly hold on. Yeah, but you can
sure.
continue talking. That I will be doing it along the way.
Yes, yes. So here are the steps, right, that you need to take. So here, right, your verification details, you need to provide your contact, right, info, payment info. So this is again, right, it will ask for your debit card or credit card, right? So you need to enter it once, and there will be a, right, short-term hold for, right, around $1, and right, just for verification, it will be actually refunded, right? And your auto bill, so you, right, you're only charged, right, if you're using exceeds free tier limits, right? So whatever free tier limits you have, that is, right, if you're going over that 100 $200, right, only that, for that you will be actually billed, right? So you don't have to, right, auto pay that, right? Auto pay, you can keep it disabled, because sometimes, right, you say if you incur, right, any cost, right, accidentally, So for that, right, actually you can ask for credit, right, from AWS. So if you are enabling your auto pay, right, then definitely it will get deducted from your card, right, automatically. So we will ensure, right, that you will not get, right, billed accidentally, right? So
Okay.
yep.
Mm.
So then your identity and support, right? You need to verify, right? There will be phone verification, so call or via, right, SMS. You need to select the support plan, that is basic support plan, right? That is free tier eligible, right? So this is the free plan. So not the business one or the developer support plan. Go for the basic support, and then right once you're done with that, you need to just finalize, and it will generate right starts right instantly. So you don't have to wait, right? But sometimes it takes over 24 minutes, 24 hours actually. But generally, I have seen always, right? It is happening right within seconds, right? It gets activated. So once you are done, right, with the account setup, then we will be right getting into the walkthrough. Okay, so AWS console walkthrough. Okay, navigating the world's right most comprehensive cloud interface.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the console home, right, where right uh, that is actually a landing page, right, home dashboard. It is your command center, right, where you have all the widgets and everything, right, available to quickly access your recently visited services, right. So you see AWS Health, where you get alert right about service disruption. So if there is any right service, any region or any right say getting going down, right, so you will get alert, and if your services are actually running in that region, right, so you will be getting alert, and you can see that under your AWS Health, right, widget. So then you have cost management, so it will show you, right, what is your current month spend, right, so everything is in front of you, so that you can manage them, right, you can see them and you can track them, right, anytime. So unified search, right, shortcuts you have. So on top, once we right explore the management console, we will see that on top left corner, right, there will be a search bar, right, so we can just type right whatever service we want to open, and it will list right that service, and we just need to select that service to navigate, right. So you can search by service name, you can search by the features, right, and also right you have access to marketplace. So marketplace in AWS, right, is a right place where actually you can right purchase or right subscribe for third party softwares, right, third party applications. And then you have documentation, right, for right almost all the services available, right. So how to guides and API references, right, how you can use it, how you can integrate that service, right, with any other right say your command line and everything, how you can access it over command line programmatically, right. So everything is available in those guides, right. So pro tip again, right, add services to your favorite right bar by clicking right the star icon next to the service name, right. So we will see that. So AWS region and data center again, as we discussed yesterday, quick recap, right? AWS region is a physical location, right, in the world where, right, you have multiple availability zone. Okay, so these are isolation, right? So they are isolated from each other. They are independent, right, and highly right avail. So high availability again, multi regions, right? Deployments protect your right against disaster. So this is the reason, right, they have right a lot of right regions and availability zone right inside that region, right. So even if you lose one right say region, right, if it is going down completely, so still if you have deployed your resources in multiple regions, So definitely the other regions, right, resource will survive, right? And that is how, right, your resources will be available, right? Say even, right, one of our other regions are going down. So then compliance again, choosing right regions that meets your local right data laws. So definitely, so how you select right which region to use, right, where to deploy our resources. So there are right multiple factors, and number one, right, the priority that you need to give is the compliance, right? What are the like local rules, right, laws? So whether you can use that region, right, to store your data or not, right? So you need to go through all those, right, to select, right, whether we can go for that region or not. Then selecting a region again, right, there is a region selector that we can use, right, to select the region on top, right, of the management console. Again, the second factor, right, always pick region that is physically closest to the user, right? So definitely, if you want, right, a good experience for your customer, so definitely you need to use, right, regions that is close to them, right? So that is one way, and definitely, you can create, right, your CloudFront distribution, right? That will actually cache, right, your mostly access data, right, near to the user, right, using all those edge locations, right, that we discussed yesterday, right? So then definitely cost variance. So depending right on the region, right, where you are deploying your resource, your cost may slightly vary, right? So definitely you need to, right, if right, maybe it is cost sensitive, so definitely you need to, right, first check, right, okay, where you are getting, right, your budget, and based on that you need to select the region, right? So definitely here you have right global services like IAM, S3, right, partially, and CloudFront, right, don't require region selection. Now, when we will get into the management console, we will see that some of the resource, right, some of the services does not require, right, you to select the region. Okay, so these are, right, the services for which you don't actually have to select the region, right? So like IAM, these are global service, right, can be accessed globally, and you don't, they are not region specific, correct? So in S3, you can see it is saying partially, right, because S3 is a global service, but it is deployed regionally, right? So when we create, say, our S3, right, or we store, right, in S3, we those store, right, data, right, will be residing in a particular region, right, and can be accessed globally, right? And again, CloudFront, these are right global services, so you don't need to select the region, right, for that. So then you have the billing and cost management, very important whenever, right, you are doing, right, anything in your console, right, you need to, right, visit this billing and cost management dashboard once in a while to check if you are, right, incurring any accidental costs or not, right? So access this summary, right, your month to date spends will be there. You will be getting a detailed, right, report. So free tier tracker, so how much, right, you are consuming. So this is not 12 month anymore. Earlier it was 12 months. Now it is right 6 months with the credit, right? Earlier it was different. It was having some service limits and everything, right? And you cannot exceed that limit. So for whatever, right, limit you are exceeding, you just need to pay for that. And similarly, right, here the credits that you will be getting, right, for your new account, so it will be similar, right? You pay, right, for whatever you exceed, right? And then definitely there is option, right, to your payment where you can manage your cards and everything, right? So let me now take you to the man. Okay, so setting up cost alerts again, right? So uh, now to right avoid, say, right, spending or right, on any resources, right, accidentally, what you can do, or even right, if you want to just budget right yourself, that okay, I just want to spend right $10 right this month, right? So you can create a cost budget, right? So here, if you don't want to right say spend anything right on your account, so definitely for that you have a zero spend budget, right? Where if you right even get right something say 0.01, right? If you're exceeding $0.01, right? There may be 1 cent, right? So then definitely you will be getting an alert, right? And based on that alert, you can take action. You can come back, right? And you can just terminate whatever service is costing you, right? So that is right. The zero cost budget that you can create using right your AWS budget. So you can get alert right based on the threshold that okay if you say reach 80%, you can select whatever percentage right you want to select. So if you reach 80% of right the budgeted amount, then it will give you an alert right saying that okay you exceeded your budget. So you can just go and take a look and just delete right or terminate whatever service right that is running and costing you. Okay, this is one way to right make sure your bills right are in check. Then protecting your account. This is again very important, right? We will be doing that in later, right? In advanced topic. So avoid using the root user account, right? So never use your right sign up email, right? That is root, right? For daily task, right? It has unrestricted access, right? So the account that we create, right, and the first user that we create, it is the root user, right? It is a root account. So there is
Okay.
no restriction, right, for that user, for the root
Okay.
user,
Mm.
right? They can do anything, right? So definitely, we should not use this for our day-to-day activity, right? Day-to-day task, we should not use this, right?
Okay. Okay.
So we should enable multi-factor, right, authentication, right? So this will act right as a second authentication, right? So that is right. You just you entered your email address and password, and then you need to also right enter the additional code, right? So that is your second, you can say, layer of security, right? That you can add to your account, right? So even if your say username and password, right, they are right say they got exposed, right? Someone is having access to your username password, so still right without multi-factor authentication code, right, they cannot access your account, right? So this will prevent from right account hijacking, right? Yep. And then we have right US use IAM, right? So we should create IAM user and provide administrator access right to that IAM user. So we should use this IAM user, okay, instead of the root user for day-to-day activity, right? So this is actually right the best practices, right, for using AWS right account, right?
Okay. So in production, in company, so IAM is the most secure way. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes,
In,
definitely.
okay.
Yep. Correct. So, in production, right, when users are actually right, they are accessing right their resources, they will have right their respective IAM user account, and again, right, only the permissions right they need, right. So that is again right, we call it least privilege access, right. So principle of least privilege. So they will get access right to only the services they need, right, not for everything. So if you are giving this administrator access, right, so what it will allow them right is to access anything, right, so all the services, right. But again with root account, right, root is very powerful. You cannot restrict right say access for this root user, right, but you can restrict the permission for your IAM users, right. uh, That is it. Let us now directly dive into the management console. So let me take you console home. Okay, I hope you can see my console.
Yes, yes, I can say that. Yes.
Okay, great, great, great. So this is the landing page and this is the console home, right? So as we saw, this is the command center, you can say, right? So from here you can navigate to all the services offered by AWS, right? So in front of me you can see what you have is recently visited services. Then at the bottom you see you have AWS Health. So this is if there are any issues or disruption in AWS infrastructure, they will give us alerts here, so we can take a look. Here it will you can see what is the monthly cost that right so cost, so you can just quickly see if you are any service that is costing you anything, right? So this is for quick look, and then if you want to get into details, you need to get into that particular service, right? And now to explore this console, first what we will do is on top left corner you see you have this search bar. So here once we click we can also go for that shortcut, that is Alt plus S, right? So Alt S will be highlighting this search bar. So to locate it, here if we search for EC2, so you can see that the service is getting listed here. EC2, we need to just click on this service name to access that particular service. So if I click on EC2, so the EC2 dashboard will open, right? So here I got into EC2, right? So this is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, right? And these are the virtual servers that we are getting, right? So from this service, right? So then similarly, if I look for S3, and then you can see the S3 is getting listed, we need to click on that service name to navigate to our S3 management console, right? Here we see we are getting this, and there is a bucket already present here. Okay, last. So right, this is your dashboard of S3. So if you don't have any buckets, you will be landing into this page, right? And here you need to create the bucket, where actually you upload your data, right? So first we need to create a bucket, and then we need to upload the data. Now definitely, if I say let's go to EC2 once again, say I'm visiting this particular service, right? Because these are very frequently accessed services, right? EC2, S3, right? Now, for that, what I can do is I can create a shortcut, right? So to create shortcut for this service, what I will do is I'll just look for EC2 here again, and you can see in the right side of this list, I can see that star, right? There is a star. So if I just click on that star, you see I'm getting this additional bar over here. Now you see on top, I got this bar. So here it is showing me EC2. So it will be always there, right? It will be present on the top. So you can navigate to that from here easily. So here if I go for S3, again I will say select the star, and you see this is listed here again, right? So these two
Oh, okay.
shortcuts we
Mm.
created, so we can just click on that and we can navigate to that service quickly,
Oh, okay.
right?
Good.
So this is shortcut we can use for frequently accessed services, and also similarly you can just remove that whenever you are done. So you don't need that anymore, so you can remove it, right? But you have a long bar, so you can add many services there. So now, so we are in right EC2 service. On top right side, right corner, right, if you see, you have right the region selector. So currently you can see it is showing us, right, it is saying Asia Pacific, right, that is Mumbai. So if I click right on that drop down, it will list right all the available regions for me. So I can select right to say if I want to deploy my instance right or my virtual machine in North Virginia, I can select North Virginia and my region will change. Right, so I select North Virginia. So now you see on top it is showing me right United States, North Virginia, right? So now the instance or right that I will be creating, say it will be deployed in North Virginia, right, region, right? So I can switch back to right Mumbai. So Mumbai definitely right. This is closest to me, right? Because this city right is nearest right my location. So right, that is how we change right the regions. We select right different regions, and at the bottom right you can see it is saying that there are 16 regions that are not enabled, right? So by default right when you create your accounts right all the regions are not enabled. So you can right go to manage regions, and then you can actually enable right, you can enable the other regions.
A region close to where someone live. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If that is not already enabled, you can enable it. I don't know why. Stuck. Yeah. So you see here, AWS regions, right? These are not enabled, right? Currently status showing as disabled. So what we need to do is we need to right say select right the region, and on top you see you are getting this option to enable, right? So you can click on enable to enable that region. Right. So that option you have for right to enable the regions. So here you can see these are the regions that is enabled by default. So we don't have to enable them. Right. So here and anytime you want to go back to your management console, right? The home page, the management home, right? So on top left corner, you see you have that AWS icon. You just click on that AWS, right? That will take you to your console home, right? So from anywhere you will be having access right to this button at the left top right corner. You can just click on that. It will take you to your management console home, right?
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
okay, great. So then, coming to the billing dashboard. So for that, again, in the top right corner, you can see there is a drop down, right, where it is showing my name and the account ID. So we can just click on that. Okay, and you can see this is my root account, right? So it is showing you that root also, right? As it is a root account. So when I clicked on that drop down, right, my account ID, right? So it is listing few options for me, right? So here you can find billing and cost management. So we need to click on this billing and cost management, and this will take us to the billing dashboard. And in the left pan, okay, you can see there is options, right? Say if I click on bills, so here, okay, it will show you bill right for your current month, right? So if you are incurring anything, so here you see, here are the services, right, in the list, right, that I have accessed, right? So if right you are incurring any cost, right, for that service, it will be listed here, right? Under, so if you want to expand that, you can expand it and you can see that, okay, in which region actually you are actually getting that bill, right? Because currently there is nothing, right, in any of the region, you see, Asia Pacific,
Oh,
North Virginia, Oregon, right? I have all
oh, okay.
zeros, right? So as, right, this account is free tier eligible, right? So it is not incurring anything. So Asia Pacific, right, Virginia, it is showing you zero, but you need to frequently check, right, this billing dashboard so that you don't, right, accidentally incur anything, right?
Oh, okay. So it's going to show the billing based on the web services. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, yes,
Oh, okay. I see C2 data transfer, CloudWatch. Okay. Okay.
yes, yes, everything, right? So for any service, right, that you are using, it will show you the bill, right, for that service usage. So similarly, in the left pan, you see you have, right, this option of free tier, right? So this will actually show you, right, that okay, what all services, right, are eligible for free tier and what are the limits, right, you have, right? Now again, this account, right, that you are currently seeing, right, this is old free tier account actually, right? When we had 12-month free access, right? 12-month free access with certain limits, right? So now, right, the accounts that the new accounts after July, I think it is 2025, right? The accounts they have actually changed, right, their policies and they restricted free access for 6 months instead of 12, and they introduced the credit system, right? So they will be giving you credit initially $100, and then after you, right, use services, they will add up another $100, right? So like that. So it will be, right, $200 in total. So you can just spend that, right, in exploring, right, services. So here in this account, you can see that the free tier offer, right, and the services and their limits, right? You can see the limits, and you can also see, right, the limit that is, right, already crossed, right? So say for EC2, I reached 22, right, percent, right? So that is right, and you can also see the forecasted, right? That okay, if in this space, right, if I use, right, it will be around 24%, right, of the credit, say of the limit I will be reaching, right? So here actually you can just come and you can see how much, right, you are using, right? And then, right, if you scroll down in the left pan, okay, you see you have budgets and planning, right? So if I click on budgets, it will show, right, if there are any budget created, right? So here you can see you have a cost budget, right? For this, there is a cost budget that I created, and you can see the status is healthy, threshold is showing you okay, right? That means the budget is fine, and the budget is of, say, it is of $2, right? So amount used zero, right? This month there is no spend, right, in this account, right? So it is showing you zero, so it never, right, breached this threshold, right? So if I click on this cost budget, you will see, right, that it will, right, it got created. Start date is, right, 7, right, 2025, and budget parameters here, you see, right?
Oh, okay. That's the history. Okay.
Yeah, there's a history, right, of this account. So when, right, you can see it never, right, exceeded, right, this budget. So if it is not exceeding, right, definitely it will, right, not say send you any notification or alert, right, if it is not breaching the threshold, right?
Oh,
So
oh,
for
okay.
this
So
account,
you get notification if it's beyond the budget threshold,
yes,
$2 threshold. Okay.
e yes,
Oh, okay.
yes. Yes. So it is like, right, you say you have set, right, budget for $2. Now you can give the threshold, right, that okay, if it exceeds, right, 80% of my 100%, right? So you can set it like that. If it exceeds, say, 50% of my budgeted amount. So then definitely, right, if it is reaching $1, it will give you an alert, right, that you are consuming, right, or you reached 50% of your budget, like that.
Okay. So are you gonna we're gonna do demo on how to do the budget cost
Definitely,
as well? Costing. Oh, okay. I'll
definitely,
send you.
definitely,
Sure.
we
Thank
will
you.
be, right. Yep, yep. So everything, right? Yeah, actually, you have selected, right, the mastery course, right? So where you will be getting into all these services, right? So, yes, so this is today, right? It is a quick walkthrough, right, of your console. So here, okay. So once you create, right, definitely for the next session you will have, right, your account ready. So you will be, right, doing it in your new account, right? All right. So similarly, you have Cost Explorer. There are many, and definitely we will be getting into all these, right, later. So when you will be, this is just the beginning. So cost and usage report. Here again, you will be getting, right, more detailed report, right, for your services, right, what you are using. You see, so you are getting breakdown, right, for each and every service, right, the history of usage, right, and the cost for this account, right. So you will be getting detailed breakdown here, right, in Cost Explorer. Okay, so let us get back to the management console, and yes.
So Institute Test Service.
Hmm.
So um yeah, when I think if you remember Kuma AJ. So I was doing MongoDB training. So we created EC2 for Linux. So I
Okay,
shut it down so that I'm not gonna be getting
okay,
charged. So so you say region, is that right? So I created that on East, US East one. So and these are all the region available. I
okay.
think you said you see 16. This one is showing 17.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, I enabled for me, right? I enabled one from that
Oh, okay.
pool,
Oh, okay.
so that is why it's showing six. Yeah.
Okay. So
So,
these are the region.
Wilson, let me tell you one more thing.
Sure.
This account, right, that you have is it is a very old account, right? You already said
Yeah,
that you
it's
created
your account. Yes.
it is long back, right? You created it.
Very long
So
ago. Yeah.
the
I don't know.
very
Is
long
there a way to
ago.
check the when I created that? It's very
Yeah,
long.
you can say just click on that right uh, drop down on top right
Uh,
corner.
th-
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
Click on that. Yes, and then go to your billing and cost management. So in the left pan,
Okay.
go to Cost Explorer.
Uh, Cost Explorer. Is that right?
Yep, yep, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on top, date range. Okay, you scroll and in the left pan, you go to home once.
Right here.
Yeah, yeah, home.
Okay.
Okay, so here you got some costs in Feb and March. You can see. So there is option. Just a second. Here. Okay, go to bills.
Go to where?
Bills.
Bills.
In the
Okay.
left pan, yeah, bills.
Okay. Right here. Okay.
Yep. And then you see on top of that orange button, you see billing period.
Okay.
Yes, just click on that, and you see, just scroll down. It is showing you the last one is 2018, right? So you created it in 2018.
Probably. Yeah.
Yes, you see, so Jan 2018.
Mm.
Click on
It's
that.
been a while. Okay. It's been a while I've been using it. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. You see,
Did I
you
make
used
it? I
you
think
use
there
it
was
for.
issue this time. I think there was an issue. Maybe they cancel it. I don't think I paid this amount. Nah.
Oh
I think
my
there was issue.
goodness.
So I called them. I think they. Wow. Did I pay this? I don't think I paid that. Yeah. I think there was an issue. There was something running. I showed that
Okay,
the.
your database, yeah, it is database. It was, you see,
Oh, okay.
it
Oh, I
is
can see
related to
right here.
database service. Yes, you click
Oh,
on
okay.
that. Expand. Okay, it was running in Ohio. Just
Ohio,
expand that
yeah.
Ohio. Yeah, expand Ohio, and you see what actually costed you. It is 429 hours, right? Your SQL Server was running
Yeah.
in multiple region, in multiple availability zone. Oh my God. So this is what I am saying, right? So we need to check this, right? Billing dashboard, right?
Mm,
Once in a while, so that we don't, right, incur any accidental bills, right?
mm. Oh wow.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, oh my God.
Yeah, I think that time, I don't know, maybe is there a way? I think they waive it for me. I don't think I paid this amount.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe, right. If you can access this account, right. So definitely, what they did is they, right, given you some credit and they revoked this amount, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I-
Yes. Yeah. So definitely, right. In 2018, 4268 is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. Yeah. That's huge
So,
amount.
Wilson, what I want you to see is you just go to your EC2 service once again. You have the shortcut already created. You click on that,
Okay.
your EC2.
Okay, right here. Okay.
Yes, yes. And now let me tell you that when you stopped your instance, right? So you can, in the left pane, you can click on instances.
Okay, right here. This okay.
Yes, yes. Click on that. So now you need to understand this. The current state of your instance is stopped, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
stopped. So when your instance is in stopped state, it is actually not costing you for the compute, right? You are not paying anything for, say, the processor. You are not paying anything for the RAM, right? So we
Okay.
say you are not paying anything for the compute, but you are actually still paying for the storage that you are using.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you just select it. You just select that Mongo test instance. Yes. And at the bottom, you see you are getting all those tabs, the details. Yeah. You click on that storage. You see, yeah. Beside that tags, you have storage.
Uh, oh, okay. Click on the
Yes.
tag. Is that right?
No, no, not tag. Beside, yeah,
Storage.
storage.
Oh, okay.
Click on
Okay.
storage. You see this
Oh,
one.
okay. Oh,
This is
okay.
the volume, right? It is still in use, you see.
Oh, okay.
So definitely, this is reserved, right? So 8 GB, for 8 GB volume, you are actually paying. Okay.
Oh, I'm paying right now.
Yes, yes, you are paying. So when you created, you see it is on a second Feb, right? In 8th Feb, you created. You see attachment time. It is showing
Mm.
8th Feb
Oh, okay.
2026. So you are already paying, right, for 1.5 months now.
Yeah, that was what I was telling Kuma, that even so if I stop the instance, there are some background or other attached services that may
Mm-hmm.
still be getting charged. He told me that no, if I stop it, I won't be get charged.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
Actually,
that was what
you are
happened that
paying
time.
for
No.
the,
Oh, okay.
yes, you see the billing dashboard. You go to the billing dashboard once again.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you. Can I go over there? Okay, sure.
Yes, and go to bills again, and that is what, right, you are paying. You see, I will show you. In the left pan, click on bills again. You see month to date cost is 59 cents, right?
Okay, yeah.
On top,
So
in front of you. Yeah. So click on bills in the left pan.
click on bills. This one.
Bills. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
To see which exact. Okay, sure.
What is costing you, right?
Hmm.
So click on, yeah, just scroll
Yeah, I wanted
down,
to add that question. Yeah. Okay.
and you see you have, you see EC2, your first one, Elastic Compute Cloud Expand, Virginia, your instance is running in Virginia,
Mhm.
and you see EBS is costing, you see,
Okay.
GB,
Mhm.
right? $0.08 per GB month, right? For general purpose provisioned storage, right? It is
Oh,
EBS, right?
okay. Mhm.
So that is costing you, right? It
So
costed you
despite that I
0.6.
stop it, despite that the service is not running, I'm still getting paid for this one. Is that right?
Yes, yes. you are only paying for the EBS, right? So
Okay.
not the
Okay.
compute, right?
Okay.
Yes, yes. So to get rid of this, you need to delete it, right? So
Mm,
if you are done with that, definitely you should delete it. Means if you are no longer using that.
okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that 4,000 that we saw earlier. I remember that time I called AWS. I was new to
Hmm.
cloud that time.
Yes,
So
yes,
the
and they
support, they told
gave
me,
you credit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they gave me credit. The support team
Yes.
said that there was a snapshot running in the background.
Mm-hmm.
That snapshot, I need to delete that. So they now they helped me to delete that to stop the.
Yes.
I think that's what happened. So
Yes,
and I
yes,
think they
yes.
didn't charge me for that. Yeah, I saw the bill, but they didn't
Definitely.
charge me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they generally they right give you right one-time credit, right, for
Okay.
such yeah incidents, right? So that is why they right credited it. So they generally issue a credit of that amount and they revoke right, that bill.
Okay.
So yeah. So
So it's
okay.
advisable. That's why that I
Yeah.
showed down the EC2. It's
Mm-hmm.
advised. Um.
You
So
you
okay.
just need
So,
to terminate this right instance. So if you don't, you're not using it anymore, right? You're done, right, with this.
I'm still. Maybe once in a while. Although I can reset it up again. So
Then let me tell you, right? What you can do is, you can terminate it from here, and once you create your new account, right? You can keep it running in that new account.
okay,
You
okay,
can
okay.
set it up right again in that other account, right?
Yeah, I will do that. Yes. Mm.
Yes, yes. So for now, you can just terminate this one, right? So that you stop incurring cost. So on top, you see you have instant state. The
Yes,
right
instant taste.
side,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
Click on terminate. This will
Okay.
delete your instance along with the volume.
Okay. Okay. I will terminate that. I will do that later.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
okay. So, uh, so well, so the only way to see if I spin up anything, the only way to see if I'm incurring costs is I have to go to billing, bill to
Yes,
see. Oh, okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I was telling Kumar that time a few weeks ago that that's why I will
Mm-hmm,
shut it down. We stop it. I'm very sure they're
mm-hmm.
still eating. Okay. So it's showing in use. Okay.
In use, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So,
So I can just delete this only volume, then I recreate another volume later, then attach it to this instance.
no, no, no. You cannot delete this volume because this is the root volume.
Oh, it's a root volume. Okay. The
It is a
default
root
volume.
volume. For
Okay.
this instance, right, the operating system is all installed right in this volume, right?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So
That
definitely
makes
you
sense.
cannot, yeah. So right,
So,
but yes,
sorry, I want to ask you a question, but it's something away from this.
please.
It's
Mm-hmm,
something like a snapshot. I think
mm-hmm.
they in maybe in Azure they call it a ARM template. I'm not sure. So,
Yeah,
to
snapshot
set
your
up a
right.
yeah, to configure. Although I know it's very fast, as you mentioned yesterday, to
Mm-hmm.
quickly create. I don't know the right word. Is this spin up or create? To create an instance, is this
Create.
spin up
Yeah,
or which one is
yeah.
which one
You
is
you
correct
can
word?
use both. To spin up is right deploying or creating instance. Yeah.
Okay. So if you configure like a high availability in maybe using AWS, is there a
Mm-hmm.
way to something similar to like a snapshot? To set up a high availability, especially on EC2 that we have
Mm-hmm.
on maybe
But
primary and secondary. Is there a way to back it up so that whenever then you can just take a
yes,
snapshot and delete the resources? So whenever you need it, you can just relaunch it again, deploy
yes,
it
yes,
again.
yes, yes,
Now
yes.
it will save
Actually,
time of the configuration. Is it
yes,
possible?
yes. It is possible.
Oh,
So
okay.
for that, actually, we need to take right. We need to create the image.
Oh, image. Okay, that's okay. They call
Yes,
image. Okay.
AMI. Yeah, AMI is
Oh,
the
okay,
Amazon
image.
machine image, right? That we need to create.
Oh, okay. So
So
once we create
again,
the image, it
yeah.
will save all
So
the parameters configuration for the setup of the cluster.
yeah,
It's gonna.
it will be just a clone, right, of your current existing instance. Okay, and you can
Okay.
use that image to redeploy, right, that same instance again, duplicate, right, clone of that
Okay.
instance.
Oh,
So you
that's
don't
good.
have to configure that again and again.
Image. Okay, that makes sense. So
Yes.
so I'll be getting charged for that image. Is that right? which is more maybe
Hmm.
more cheaper, a little bit cheaper,
Yeah,
or is it
it will
free?
be actually, no, no, it is not free actually. It will actually it will consume, right, your storage. So
Oh,
it
storage.
is right, yeah. So you can see it for your instance, right? You are consuming 8 GB of volume, right? EBS
Yes. Hmm.
volume, 8 GB. So it will again when you create that image, right? AMI, we call it AMI, right? In the left pan, you see you have that images, the left
Yes.
pan
Yes.
images.
This
Under
one.
that you
Yes.
have AMIs, right? So
Oh, okay.
there where you it will be right stored. Here you will see that AMI once it right you create it. So it will
Uh,
reserve that 8 GB volume. So again you need to pay for 8 GB, right? Another 8 GB. So if this one
okay.
is running and that is stored, right? So you need to pay for that. Definitely we will come to that, right? We will be
Yeah.
creating images and doing everything, right?
That's the
But
reason why I want to do this training to have a deep knowledge about AWS very well.
definitely, definitely. You right. I myself, right. I'm a AWS solution architect, right?
Okay.
So you are in good hands. So don't worry.
So that institute that is currently that I stop right now. So if I create the image of it, so I
Yeah.
will be getting charged lesser amount compared to current what
Uh,
is being charged. Is
not
going to be the same
lesser
amount.
amount. It will be similar because you will be reserving the same 8 GB of right space. So it will be
Oh,
similar. You will be getting charged.
okay. 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 Good. Thank you.
Yeah.